Hello everyone, Future Editing Ram here. Just a reminder to those who have yet to redeem the Professor Ronan cosmetic set, you have until June 1st, 2023 to claim these items. All you have to do is watch any streamer on Twitch who's playing Hogwarts Legacy. Make sure they have drops enabled, they'll usually put it in the title. It's going to be 30 minutes for each item, so 3 hours. It's important that you redeem each item every 30 minutes. If you don't redeem an item, it'll just wait for you to do so before starting progress for the next one. It's annoying, it's weird, but that's just how it is. Once you've redeemed your items, just connect your Twitch account to WB Games. Just head over to hogwartslegacy.com and click the Twitch drops link on top of the page and follow the instructions on screen. With that out of the way, let's get into the video.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
The common room is not exactly how I imagined it, but it still looks amazing. We have to meet our housemates though.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
First up is Imelda Reyes. Spectating a game of Wizard's Chess.
Not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Checkmate.
Told you. You should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years.
What?
I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Okay, Imelda. Good luck with that.
We handled it. And I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
Ha, not the way I fly. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kogawa ever could. Speaking
Challenge
of which,
accepted.
I'd like to get in some time on
I
my
hope we
broom
do
before
get
classes.
to race at least, since Quidditch was cancelled.
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Are you a keen Wizard Chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are
Imelda's
always
one of
so
those types of
obvious.
people who think they're
Why
good
does
at
no one
everything
else
and are
see it?
better than everyone.
Goodbye,
Not a
Imelda.
good start here in
Nice meeting
Slytherin.
you.
I think I heard one.
Ominous Gaunt.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Huh. Yep. Gotta make an entrance. Upstage the first years, I guess.
If I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Thank you. Much more inviting. Yeah, what's
Did
this
that
about
student
mermaids?
say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
So Ominous is a prankster.
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts.
Oh, that's
Not
cool, I
something I'm
guess.
especially proud of.
Yeah.
mind you.
Oh, I
He
was going to
obsessed
say
with
that.
blood status.
Yeah, not that part.
Pure-blood
That's not cool.
maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not.
Hey,
fall
but you don't
far
have
from
to be
that
defined by
tree.
your ancestors. You make your own legacy.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all
Infinitely better
mine. Don't be a
introduction.
stranger.
Sebastian, the poster boy for Slytherin.
Can I help you?
Oh, Henry didn't like that.
You're the new 5th year.
Complete
I'm
180.
Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
What's up,
Thank you.
Sebastian?
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow.
Yeah, George was a dope,
Glad you and Fig are
but he
all
didn't
right.
deserve that.
It was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
Let's be nosy. See what he was so fussy
What
about.
book were you reading?
A spellbook I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
We talking unforgivables here?
Are you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you. Good luck today.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here?
Violet
Professor Weasley's
McDowell.
waiting for you
We didn't
just
have
by
to
the
talk to her.
stairs.
Later, perhaps.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been
Oh
dreaming
yes,
of this day
Professor.
for a
Let's
long
get
time.
started.
Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind.
That's going to be hard,
Especially
seeing as
you'll
how
be
I've missed
expected to
4
complete
years of
your
learning.
OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here.
We're
After
boned.
much discussion
There's no way.
with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
Okay.
Here you are.
Wow. 4 years to catch up, and they really said, here's a book. Good luck. Average NA schooling
What is
here.
it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings.
Whatever that means.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up. Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio!
Kelpie. Shapeshifting water demon. Native to Ireland and Great Britain. Takes the form of a long-maned horse. Largest ever reported was a Loch Ness monster in Scotland.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker.
Fast
Your
travel.
field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall. And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always
Whoa.
something happening
Look at
here.
that dragon
It's
mural.
the heart
That's
of the
cool.
hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
People who boast are innocent. That's what
This
my
place
mother
is huge.
said, and she knows everything.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today.
Ooh,
And I'd
Defense
like
Against
to
the
be
Dark
sure you get
Arts.
to
That would be my
Hogsmeade
favorite class.
as soon as possible.
That and
to
potions.
replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Professor Ronan.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Professor Hecat.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed.
Okay, so it's not just a field
Judging
guide.
by your adept use
We'll have
of
special
Revelio
tutoring from the
earlier,
professors.
I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He
Professor.
did, but he didn't
He's
teach me
been
any of his other
terribly
spells.
vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Yes, but we have to keep it a secret, so we have to lie.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
Professor Fig is setting a bad example for us.
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained.
You mean our ability
Happily,
to see
you have
ancient
the benefit
magic?
of an
Does it
exceptionally
affect our
skilled
regular
team of
magic in
witches
some way?
and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look. The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious lock. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
There's
We unlocked the
something
side
in
quest.
there, I just know
Oh,
it.
what was it?
An enchanted hourglass.
Hello, I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Paintings,
Are there any
huh?
other empty paintings like this
I
around
thought that
the
was just a
school?
mirror.
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have. Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
It has to do with moths, so just shine Lumos on
That
it.
spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
Well, the waypoint is over there, as well as showing on the minimap.
This looks like the location
Somewhere
from the
here.
painting.
There it is.
What could be so special about it?
Do we just shine Lumos again? No. Do we grab it? Oh, I wasn't close enough.
Let's get you back to your frame, little moth. Ha! I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
God, Thanos snapped. There she is.
I'd rather have a nature version.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
You can choose not to tell her.
I found
Okay,
the
that's just messed
location
up.
depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Meat.
It wasn't
although he
really a
does tend
riddle,
to
but okay.
over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
Sebastian dueling a Gryffindor. As long as you block, you're fine.
Is that all you've got?
Oh!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge.
Knowledge.
To the wise, age
Tell us you're the
matters
head of
very
Ravenclaw
little.
House without actually telling us.
Today we
Dressed
will review a
completely
spell
in
that
blue.
has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso. A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value
An
of
unspeakable.
simplicity,
I forget what that is.
especially in
Is
the
that like
heat of
some
battle.
super secret
Now,
horror or something?
let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Oh, ominous.
Let us begin with the basic cast.
Okay. That shield is yellow.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent.
Oh, so the shields can break. That's good.
So artfully helped
You just have to use the corresponding spell type.
Levioso. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now,
Ooh, we're dueling Sebastian now. Combat against wizards who can actually break the shields.
And Protego, you may begin.
Levioso, this can't be your first duel. Let's just say
I do enjoy a lively duel.
Protego. Complicates things.
You could just juggle them in the air for a bit, but I imagine that will be tougher when there's multiple enemies at once.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Okay, he's not upset. Last thing we need is an enemy in our own house.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank
Sweet.
you, Professor Haggard. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood,
I was just saying
Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right.
What?
That's enough spectacle.
Can we interact with
for one day.
classmates?
Class is dismissed.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Huh. Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert.
Ah,
Didn't
come on.
expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
Nah, I had to fight some statues yesterday.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Whoa, that was
Fair
so
enough.
hostile.
You
Chill
owe me an
out,
honest
Henry.
duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
A battle club?
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested. Till next time.
Charms class.
Here. Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie.
Natty.
So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right? Now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517.
About that.
Before we
A dragon
begin,
kind of destroyed all my
can
stuff.
anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone?
Oh, thank you.
Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
Well, at least I'm not the only one that's clueless here.
Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Called out personally.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Field trip on the first day. I ain't gonna complain.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree.
Too soon, Professor, too soon.
So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will, but instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory. Excellent control there.
Whoa, 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 stop!
Stay focused.
How do I reset?
Very good.
Okay, so I stop at green.
Splendid!
No. Whew, that was close.
Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us begin.
Oh, Natty. Your ball is dangerously on the edge there. Would be a shame if I accidentally knocked it over.
Not exactly a typical lesson, is it? Not that I mind. Ouch! Well played. Be sharp.
Should I do it again?
There we go. Oh, that was an execution.
I feel bad
Here
now.
we go.
She was so nice to us. She offered her book. I thought she was getting revenge for a second. I deserve it.
A perfect score. Remarkable.
Nah, is there more? I want to play fairly.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Okay.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
Ah, that's alright. She still made it to green. Yes! We'll play fairly. What? You can't make this up. Unlucky.
Do not think I will start going easy on you now.
She at least got to keep the points.
I will get you back for that.
It wasn't me that time, Natty.
Be sharp. That is how it's done.
Just barely on that one.
Excellent control there.
Here we go. Phew.
Two perfect rounds. You're a natural. Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you.
Oh,
Took
Natty,
me
you did
weeks
great.
to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here.
Ah,
Before
her
I
mother's
knew
the
it,
divination
we had left
teacher.
Uganda and were halfway
They're from
around
Uganda.
the world at a new school in a new country.
Ouagadougou is a wizarding school, I believe.
Is Ouagadougou a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
That sounds amazing. Carved
Is
into the
Ouagadougou much bigger than
mountains
Hogwarts?
and then shrouded by mist.
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes,
Okay,
bigger
Natty.
than Hogwarts.
Just asking.
But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
So they don't need wands?
You can
That's some
cast
crazy
spells
levels of
without a
power.
wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Bye, Natty.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on humans.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that. Cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected?
Professor Ronan's one of those fun
managing to best
teachers.
as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late.
Whoa, way to diminish my
Professor
accomplishment,
Weasley has
Professor.
asked that your professors give you instruction
Oh, so Natty has some
outside
stuff
of
going
the
on.
ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Samantha Dale. You're the one who got called out.
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you.
What?
You're the student everyone's been
She has the
whispering
same
about.
voice as Lenora,
Hope your first
the
day's
Hufflepuff
going
with the
well.
moth
You
portrait.
certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
Thanks.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Well, that wraps up our first day of classes. Join me next time when we go see Professor Weasley about getting some supplies. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. 'Cause I can't move on till I let go.